This coming 4th of July weekend, Kate and I are riding our first Sentry of the year. What's a Sentry? Why is it important to cyclists? And how do you prepare for one? These are the questions I hope to answer in this video. Oh, and how nuts do you have to be to want to ride one? Quite simply, a Sentry is a ride of 100 miles or more in one day. Why is it important to cyclists? 100 miles is just a number, right? Most cyclists can spend a few hours on a challenging ride, but to reach 100 miles is such a rewarding experience mentally and physically. A cyclist's first Sentry ride sets the tone for the rest of their cycling life. No joke. A Sentry ride makes you feel like you can ride almost anywhere. I've lost count how many Sentries I've done in my lifetime, but this will be Kate's first. To make it more interesting for Kate's first one, we'll be riding 2 Sentries in a span of 3 days. We'll start the first Sentry from our homes in Madison and ride to Galena, Illinois on the 4th of July. The route will take us along some of the best mixed surface riding Wisconsin and Northern Illinois have to offer. That's right, this won't be just a road Sentry. We'll be on our adventure bikes. I'll ride my newly built Soma Wolverine, and Kate will be on our new Specialized Verge. We'll arrive in Galena from the east, where the last 25 miles of the Sentry will be the hilliest and the most challenging part of the ride. It'll be fun. No, really, it will be. After a day of enjoying the beautiful city of Galena, and well, a much-needed day of recovery drinking coffee and eating chocolate, we'll embark on our second Sentry just 2 days after our first one. We'll head out of Galena from the north and into the heart of Wisconsin's driftless region. These 2 Sentries will be the 3 H's: hilly, hot, and a hell of a lot of fun. I'll shoot video of the trip as part of the adventure vlog series, so if you want to see that video when it comes out, click the subscribe button. How do you prepare for a Sentry ride? It's silly to say, but the best way is to ride your bike. Even just a daily short distance helps. Since I moved to Madison nearly 9 years ago, I've commuted on my bike nearly every workday. My round trip is only 14 miles, but the daily commute helped build a fitness base to make a Sentry ride possible. Next, you should work up to longer rides. The number of hours on your bike here is more important than the actual miles. Sentry rides on pavement can take 6 to 7 hours. If your ride will be on mixed surfaces that include single track and gravel, like ours will, the Sentry can take as long as 8 or 9 hours. Work your way up to riding 4 or 5 hours. Right around this mark is the fateful hour for cyclists, where errors in gear, bike fit, pace, hydration, and nutrition begin to show. Practice and test where your pace, hydration, and nutrition should be as you build up to longer rides. If you can successfully ride for 5 hours with these factors mostly error-free, you're ready for a Sentry. It's a good idea to do a long shakedown ride to determine where you need to be for all these environmental factors. I have a helpful video on how to do a shakedown ride. A link is in the description. Check it out after watching this video. Another key is having a bike that fits. It should be dialed in for your body, riding style, and riding environment. How do you know if your bike is set right? I'm a broken record here, but that shakedown ride is really important. Before embarking on something as challenging as a Sentry, testing your bike and gear and knowing that it's comfortable and works is important. Those minor fit issues, like numb hands, knee twinges, or a sore back during a 2-hour ride become exponentially pronounced as the miles wear on. I've been pretty lucky. I've never had a professional bike fit, and I've been able to work out these on my own. Kate's smart. She got her Diverge professionally fitted. She's in a much better position for her first Sentry than I was for mine. lot can happen during your first Sentry ride, especially a self-supported one like Kate and I are riding. Planning for the worst and hoping for the best is a good mantra here. Bad weather, missed turns, lost riding partners, and mechanicals can all happen. Keep an eye on the weather, know your route, and communicate it well with those you'll be riding with. And at the very least, know how to fix a flat. The mind is a powerful tool. It can affect performance both positively and negatively. I've talked myself through a cold 45-degree rainstorm while climbing 75 miles up the Cascades, and I've also convinced myself I can ride those last 47 miles on a 147-mile hilly ride a few years back. That was by far my longest ride. But my mind has also worked against me, telling me to stop riding. During your training and long shakedown rides, learning to disassociate yourself from feelings of discomfort is an important tool. Sometimes hills, headwinds, and even the weather can be demoralizing. But for me, focusing on the scenery, how I'm not stuck in the office working, or all the amazing foods I'm going to eat after the ride, make the Sentry fun. Most importantly, I focus on how amazing I'm going to feel for accomplishing a ride as epic as a Sentry. Finally, planning what to take on a Sentry ride is an important preparation. This can vary greatly based on your riding environment, your bike, and your destination. I'll cover here what I'm planning to take on this mixed surface self-supported Sentry ride and put everything I have in the description of this video. Let me know in the comments what you typically take on a Sentry ride. I learned my lesson the hard way that lighter is better. So I'm planning on taking as little as I need on this Sentry ride. It's a 3-day trip with 2 ride days sandwiched between 1 rest day. We'll stay at a pretty nice resort just outside of Galena. Since camping equipment won't be needed, going lighter will be much easier. My front rack is the Tubus Terra Big Apple. I've attached the Bush & Miller IQX Dynamo front headlight to the rack for visibility and in case we end up riding at night. I have large 20-liter Ortlieb panniers, but I want to discourage myself from taking too much stuff, so I've attached my smaller 12.5-liter panniers. Inside I have cycling clothes for the ride home, a raincoat, small toiletries, first aid kit, and non-riding clothes for our recovery day. On the other side I have all my camera gear. The recording equipment I use since starting this channel has expanded greatly, so I won't cover it all here. Just know that you have a ton more room if you didn't have a YouTube channel. In the frame I have a large Rebel 8 Designs Tango frame bag. Here I'll store my wallet, phone, pocket knife, multi-tool, spare shifter cables, and fruit and bars that I'll eat along the way. The chia bar that you see here is tasty. The chia seeds get stuck in your teeth, so if you like to eat your bar now and still have some available later in your ride, this is your bar. Typically, I go through 3 water bottles in about 20 miles. I only have 2 water bottle cages in my Wolverine, so I have a feed bag attached to my handlebars with an additional bottle. I used to use paper maps, but now I have a Garmin 820 that provides route directions and tracks my route for Strava. If you'd like to follow me on Strava, I've linked it in the description. The Garmin won't stay powered up long enough during a long Sentry ride. So to keep it charged, I connect it to a Sync 5 Plus USB charger powered by my Shutter Precision's Dynamo Hub. It's a slick system. It keeps me powered up and I really like it a lot. How do you prepare for a Sentry ride? Leave your comments below so that everyone watching this video can better prepare for their first Sentry. If this video has been helpful for you, or at least you found it entertaining, give it a thumbs up. Stay tuned for the Sentry ride episode of the adventure vlog, and click subscribe if you want to be notified when that video lands. Thanks for coming along while we prepare for this Sentry. So ride safe when doing your first Sentry, seek adventure, and keep your wheels rolling in the right direction. I'll see you in the next video.